YouTube, what's going on? My name's Azza, welcome back to my channel. In today's video we're tuning the Mitsubishi Evolution 6, but what video of mine would it be without something like that happening at the start? So there's the car there, the Mitsubishi Evolution 6. It's in A-Class, and as you can see it's got some good power, some good solid stats, and on track it's even better. So starting off, I'm going to run through the tune first, then at the end of this video I do have some clips and some gameplay of me using this tune, that's the 5.71, but I do also have a 6.21, which is more of a leaderboard tune, should we say, for tracks like Sonomo, short Suzukas and things like that. It's got tons and tons of grip, but you still get that all-wheel drive acceleration out of corners. And with that in mind, that puts you in great stead online in A-Class hoppers, because you can alternate between the 5.71 for the more speedier tracks, the Bugatti circuit, things like that. And then obviously when you do get a tight, twisty Virginia, Sonomo, tracks like that with long sweeping corners, you can hop yourself into the 6.2 and still demolish the lobby. Right, so I'm going to talk about the build now. We do have street tyre compound, we do have the max upgraded front tyre width, and we also have the maximum rear tyre width. It just provides the most amount of grip for the tyres that we've got. Because it's street tyres, we do have a lot less grip compared to these old muscle cars who have the V8s in, because they can run race tyres, get the 5.7 to 5.9 handling, and have an abundance of acceleration, whereas this car does counteract it with the four-wheel drive. And in the right hands, this car can have some solid races and even be quicker than some of these guys in these overpowered V8 muscle cars. Moving on to drivetrain, the clutch is completely standard, as is the transmission. We do have a race driveline, it's mainly just for the weight reduction that it gives you and the lack of PI that it usually increases. And obviously we do need a race differential, there's no two questions about that. All of your tunes should have a race differential. Platform and handling, we do go for the race brakes and the race suspension and dampers. Again, two things that you really need to. The brakes not so much, but absolutely the suspension. Then we opt for a race front and rear anti-roll bars. In these cars you do need them, especially when you're tuning on Forza. I've gone for a completely stock chassis. I have not got a roll cage or anything like that. I want that car to roll onto the other side so I can get that car and the back end drifting out so I can power out of these corners. Race weight reduction, and then we have the race intake. We don't have much on the power side of it because that engine swaps provided a majority of the engine power, as well as the centrifugal supercharger. We've opted for the race exhaust, again for the weight that it actually takes off the car. It literally takes off about 100 pounds, give or take, and obviously depending on the car, but it's also very good to get you that power as well. So you get a weight reduction and you get the power. And we've also opted for a race piston and a race centrifugal supercharger. Again, we just need that oomph to get us out of that corner, and so we can keep up with them V8 muscle cars. So I'm just going to run through now the intercooler, the radiator and the flywheel. As you can see, they're all stock. I don't really need the intercooler radiator. The reason for it is I'm not going for an all-out power build. So speaking of build, let's get into the fine-tuning element of this vehicle. Tyre pressures, we've opted for a 29-29 front and rear. The gearbox is completely standard, and we've opted for a negative 2.0 front camber, negative 1.5 on the rear, 0.0 toe, and a 5.7 caster on alignment. Now we're going to move on to anti-roll bars. We've opted for 15.6 on the front and 17.8 on the rear. Just helps that mid-corner sort of, especially at slower speeds, to get that back end sort of stepping round. 631.9 front spring rate, and then 449.6 on the rear, and lowest ride height. Now we head into the dampers, and there's some crazy numbers. As you can see, we've got 13 maxed out front rebound and we have 10 on the rear. We've got a 3.5 front bump and a 5.3 rear bump, but maxed out aeros as normal. It's a low class, so it doesn't really matter too much. This is personal preference, but I opt for a 47% brake balance and 144% pressure. And then this is the differential. Again guys, this is just my build, this is something that I use, and I'm setting some absolutely stonking lap times. But if you feel like there is something that you want to change on here, feel free to do so. Like I say, this is more of a base for you guys, but this is a solid tune and it works really well for me online. I'm winning races left, right and centre on it, and I'm actually having a lot of fun. So now we're going to hop on to the clips, guys. If you do want to watch it, I'm just going to let some music play out, but if not, you've got the main side of it anyway with the tuning setup. But as you can see, there's some nice little overtakes. This isn't that good, but there are some coming up. So guys, if you are new, please do hit the subscribe button and like, really appreciate it, it really helps me out. So yeah, just before I do go, I'm going to leave 2 cars in the comment section down below. Whichever one gets the most likes, one's going to be for S class, the other is going to be for A class. So whichever car you do want to see personally, please leave a like on it down below. Like I say, one's in S class and one's in A class. One's going to be the Corvette Z06, the Chevrolet Camaro 2002, one of the most overpowered cars in A class. So whichever one you guys want to see, leave a like. But yeah, this is going to be me signing out now, guys. There are going to be some clips playing out. If you do have any questions or if you want to say something, just leave it in the comment section down below. I will reply and I will respond. And if it's a question, I'll help you as much as I can. And with that being said, guys, if you're new, please subscribe. If you are new or returning, please like and comment. And as always, guys, stay tuned for more.
About to leave, already packing. Come with me, I'm not really asking. We'll get away to a place where we don't know.